Hi, so this is video number 2. I did the first one like 3 weeks ago, and the night I actually recorded it, I was coming down with like fever, cold shakes, could barely move my muscles, could barely, move full stop. So I was actually quite sick when I recorded it. Don't know if anyone could tell. My immune system dropped really low, and that was as a result of the cleanse, and I learned a really valuable lesson as a result. The girls got sick, Kameyl got sick, we all got really sick with this virus, although a few people around us also got sick with it, but it taught us a really valuable lesson that in a cleanse that's as intense as what we were doing, you can't really go into it cold turkey, and it has to be actually a gradual process. So in the past 3 weeks, that's what we've been doing. I kind of woke up, the morning of just the Sunday before and said, that's it, I've had enough, I'm cleansing, and we're all cleansing. And I just went really hardcore for that week. And as a result, it was really stressful on all our systems. It was really stressful on our bodies, and probably did a little bit more harm than good, to a certain degree, but it did teach us a lot, and I'm really grateful for that. So a little bit of a rundown on what we've kind of done to counteract that is, in the past 3 weeks, we're doing a pre-cleanse, and as of Monday next week, we are starting the full cleanse. So pretty much why we're doing the pre-cleanse is to kind of instill new habits within us, and kind of get rid of, start getting used to slowly cutting out the things that were really detrimental in our diets, and to just start new habits, and also so that once we start doing the full cleanse, it's not such a huge shock to our systems. When you do very hardcore cleanses like that, and you do it cold turkey, and the toxins are trying to come out of you, but you've got all these other stresses going on, it can just be so detrimental to your liver and to other organs in your body, and your immune system just goes really low, and it's just havoc. And so we all took about a week to recover from it. Me not so long, but Kameyl and the girls took a good week to recover from it. And so following that, we've done, like I said, 3 weeks of a pre-cleanse, in that we've still stayed away from processed foods, but we've kind of allowed for, a bit of an 80-20, 90-10 kind of rule. So I'll give you an example. For me, one of my biggest loves when it comes to food, like probably most Mauritians, is having our little hot drinks, our little jute, our little cups of tea. I don't drink tea because I can't, because of the caffeine, but I used to make, a cacao hot chocolate with stevia and a tiny bit of milk. So kind of what I've done in the past 3 weeks is, knowing that I'm not going to be able to be having milk in this cleanse, is kind of cut down from 2 a day to 1 a day to 1 every second day, to now having like a black rooibos tea rather than that hot drink. That was probably one of the worst things that was in my diet, that, and I used to love having like the dates and the cacao kind of bars that you can get from health food stores. So I would allow myself in the past 3 weeks to have maybe once a week, or 2 times a week I'd have one. Same thing with the girls, that was one of their biggest things, and that and carob, the little carob bears. So we managed to cut the carob bears out completely cold turkey. They haven't had any actually since the beginning of the cleanse, but I've allowed them to have, like I said, the little date bars, very rarely. Also, for the girls, the biggest detrimental thing in their diet would have had to been, when we go out, we'd have like sometimes little baby chinos, and I'd get them to cover it in cinnamon rather than chocolate, closer to the end. And now we're actually going out and having herbal teas. So it's been a bit of a transition, because it's also association, like when you go to places, when you're doing things, this is what they want, this is what you want. So it's kind of been, this past 3 weeks has kind of been, breaking those associations and those habits, and kind of instilling new ones. And I'm feeling much better for it anyway, and I feel like I'm actually really ready now and my body will be able to handle the full cleanse, which, you know, once we start, actually has to be perfect for minimum of 6 weeks. So what we're also doing is we're enlisting some help from some people who have done this before, who've coached clients through this before. And we're going to touch base with them once a week to kind of make sure that we're staying on track with it. So I think that's going to be also a really big help for us. Although we know the research behind it, we know, you know a lot about it. We've read the articles, we've read the books, we've read the research, we've read the medical journals, we've done all that. And although we know exactly what to do, it's kind of just good to still have someone to be able to touch base with, just to kind of keep you on track and that you're accountable to. So what else? Yeah, so that's what we've been doing the past 3 weeks. We've been doing a bit of a pre-cleanse because, like I said, you have to have a certain level of health before you can actually do a cleanse this intense. And although, you know, I wouldn't have called us unhealthy, yeah, clearly we weren't at that point where we could do something so hardcore, so cold turkey. And it really did take a toll on our systems, and the release of toxins just really made us quite sick. Now, releasing toxins is always going to make you a bit sick, but I guess if you're practicing fundamentals and you kind of gradually lead up to it, it's a lot less stressful on your system, and you need to be ready to do that, because too much stress on your system from something like a cleanse can be really detrimental if you're already in an unhealthy state. So yeah, another thing that we've been doing the past 3 weeks is to try and implement some new good habits, like drinking a lot of water. We've gone so far as to also look at the type of water. We've always drunk filtered water, but we're going the next stage and we're getting like an amazing water filter that is kind of, I'll go into a bit more detail about it maybe in another video, so I'm not making this one too long. We're also implementing just more juices and herbs to actually help our livers to kind of assist in the detox, because prior to this, I think, you know, we were doing a lot of stuff to kind of starve the parasites and funguses, but we weren't doing things to actually assist our liver to detox the toxins and actually, you know, rid the body of it. So lots of green juices, lots of fermented veggies, and lots of herbal teas to kind of help the liver. What else? Yeah, so that's it for now. I'll post up another video probably really soon in the next couple of days. So I'm just going to do really short ones now, and in the next one I'll kind of go into a lot more depth about what it is that I'm actually going to be eating over the next 4 weeks as of Monday. So yeah, peace, thanks, bye.